It is ridiculously toasty out, and I kept lying to myself that somehow if I kept putting this off, it would eventually cool off, but it is not. It is just hot. A lot of information. Yeah, I went to try and type out or talk out a bunch of things about how the show went, etc., and I completely can't get it to upload. So that's getting really annoying because I would love to be able to explain how the show went. Hopefully I get to it soon. I might re-record, maybe do it in a little quicker time. But we shall see. Just gonna throw it out there that hot yoga doesn't have shit on doing chores in this. Doing chores in this temperature, that will get you some calories lost. Thank God I had a girl dinner at Ben and Jerry's. I have no idea who was even in here last, but I have to clean through at least a few stalls. So Stud comes in. How was everybody's day? So because I've been at the show and stuff, it honest to God feels like it's a Monday. So this weekend's going to just blow my mind. Those who don't know, I work at a dentist's office. It's open Monday through Thursday. And that alone did work at a bar or do on occasions, but this weekend is bare open. So I will finally be able to catch up on being here for you guys, updating on the show. That I would say overall went pretty well. There was a few things I wish would change, a few things I wish would change about the industry. But it is what it is. I'm very proud of my horses. You could really tell a lot of hard work was done, and they were really fit. Although I don't think anything can really go all day in this sort of heat. So hopefully this is not what we get for the next show. I have another show in less than 2 weeks. I guess technically in 2 weeks. We'll be heading to it on 2 weeks Friday night. Or not this Friday, but next Friday night. Less than a week then. Holy crap. Okay. I'm going to go with all water in this barn is questionable and needs to be dumped. Right? Look out, babe. So. Did you puke or something again? Ah, that hurt. Whacked my own toes. So there are quite a few horses. I think the only horse I didn't do a cart with was Raina. And I would say that it's time that I need to start working on going single and cart with a lot more of the horses. They all really had the team thing down. That's awesome. But then at the same time, they're not all learning how to drive by themselves. So that part's not so awesome, and I need to work on that. So that will be this week's sort of plan, is sort of figuring out where I want everyone's heads to be by themselves, have it be that they have to bring their own energy. They can't rely off of their teammate for pulling the load. It's a growing curve. I've only been at this for about 9 years, and it's not something that you can just grow overnight. And that makes it so it's challenging and it's fun and it's hard. And if it was easy, anyone would do it, right? So thankfully, it takes a lot of work. And a lot of that work can be done at all hours where you end up staying up by yourself. So it is only 9 o'clock here at least. This barn tends to heat up to some pretty ridiculous temps. So I'm not gonna, like, all the waters need to be freshly done. This one smells like popcorn. Thanks. Okay. They can fill up while I am cleaning the stalls and hopefully can answer some questions. The horses are getting rather antsy outside. Hello, welcome. Hey, leave him alone. I don't know why you're licking him. Trying to get through these stalls. There's a couple horses that get turned in, and to here. So I do tend to clean their stalls every day. Is it normally this late? No. I usually like to have them sort of be getting fed, which is why they're running around outside. I think also it's finally a more appropriate temperature for them, and so they can finally kind of move around a lot more. I don't like exactly how much they're running around out there. I'm not sure what's causing all of that franticness, but maybe I'll turn in those 3 and kick out the stud instead, as they seem kind of worked up. There's always something on the farm. Something in my eye too. What are you doing, little man? Usually I'm shifting through shavings instead of sawdust, and it's a lot easier. You can sort of pile it all up on the wall and then shift it out. However, shavings, this is sawdust, is a little bit different. You cannot just pile it up. And if you pile it up after in the middle, your horses can get casted. So I'm much more apt to sort of spread it out as I'm shifting through it, so that way I don't have to do it again later when it's really heavy. And I can tell that every piece is sort of level across the board. I do prefer that shavings or sawdust is a little more absorbent. So that's easier. However, the rest of it is not. I'm gonna have to go yell at Vivian. She keeps chasing Tilly. No idea what this mic can pick up on, if it can hear those thundering hooves around. Vivian! She's being naughty. Vivian was born here on the farm. She's a 4-year-old Clyde mare, and she is extremely opinionated. She is a boss ass pain in my ass. I'm not sure what has her panties in a bunch tonight. Something clearly does, because she is cranky. It's probably the heat. These horses don't love heat, especially like the heat of Florida. Compared to up here, it's a little bit better, but All right. Out for the next one.